Swoopes' career destroyed. Sheryl Swoopes in tears after Rachel DeMita and Stephen A. Smith destroyed her careers. In the world of women's basketball, few figures are as polarizing as Sheryl Swoopes, particularly in the context of her relationship with Caitlin Clark. Recently, a heated discussion erupted after Rachel DeMita and Stephen A. Smith criticized Swoopes for seemingly ignoring Clark's contributions. This controversy has led some to question whether Swoopes is Clark's biggest detractor. During a recent broadcast, DeMita pointed out a glaring silence from Swoopes when discussing Clark's achievements, particularly her recognition as Player of the Week. While DeMita and her co-host praised Clark and mentioned other players, Swoopes remained silent. This awkward pause raised eyebrows and led DeMita to wonder if Swoopes was deliberately avoiding acknowledging Clark, likening the situation to a character in a fantasy saga who cannot even utter the name of their nemesis. DeMita initially sought to defend Swoopes, recognizing that broadcasters have different focuses, but the silence spoke volumes. It seemed clear that Swoopes didn't want to mention Clark, which struck DeMita and many fans as odd. In a later podcast episode, Swoopes again overlooked Clark's contributions to the Indiana Fever, failing to even acknowledge her as a key player. This exclusion was particularly perplexing given that Clark has been performing exceptionally well since the Olympic break. Adding to the controversy, Swoopes had previously dismissed Clark's NCAA scoring achievements while Clark was still at Iowa. Such behavior has led many, including DeMita, to characterize Swoopes as somewhat petty or even jealous. The question remains, why does Swoopes seemingly harbor such strong feelings against Clark? DeMita suggested that Swoopes' actions reflected deeper, unresolved rivalry or perhaps insecurity, making it difficult for her to recognize Clark's talent. Fans have begun to wonder if Swoopes should issue an apology or at least address the growing tension surrounding her commentary on Clark. However, DeMita seems to believe that any change in Swoopes' attitude is unlikely, implying that we shouldn't expect her to acknowledge Clark anytime soon. On the other side of the debate stands Stephen A. Smith, a prominent sports commentator known for his passionate takes. When the controversy regarding Swoopes erupted, he did not hesitate to defend Clark. Smith expressed disbelief that Swoopes could overlook Clark, likening it to attending a concert and ignoring the headliner. His frustration was palpable as he challenged Swoopes' professional integrity, questioning her objectivity in the process. Smith emphasized that ignoring Clark in discussions about the Indiana Fever was not just a simple oversight. It demonstrated a lack of respect for one of the league's brightest stars. He criticized Swoopes for responding defensively instead of acknowledging her mistake, reinforcing the idea that her actions could be perceived as immature. Throughout this conflict, it has become evident that Swoopes' behavior raises questions about her professional credibility. Smith pointed out that her dismissal of Clark not only harms Clark's reputation, but also casts doubt on Swoopes' own standing as a commentator in women's basketball.